A night filled with anticipation as voting tabulations slowly trickle in. Right now, we have 12% of the vote.
But it has been enough to show that Bexar County is going to see new leadership. The race for governor is really a buzz tonight, and other races include a push for change at the polls in Uvalde. Now, we have team coverage on tonight's races. Our crews visiting with candidates across San Antonio and beyond. We also have reporters covering races in Uvalde and the gubernatorial candidates in McAllen and El Paso tonight.
Reaction coming in for the race for governor. We're expecting Governor Greg Abbott to speak at any moment. He has been declared the winner tonight.
Now, we want to give you a closer look at the results statewide. If we can go to that graphic right now so that we can show people the results. Do we have them? There you go. Governor Greg Abbott there with 55% support compared to Beto O'Rourke with 44% support right there. So an 11-point lead, Governor Abbott holding over Beto O'Rourke. Actually, wait. Oh, but this right here, if you compare that to the results in Bexar County, we're just looking at the Bexar County results right now, where you could see it was flipped, that it was Beto O'Rourke there with 58% support compared with Greg Abbott's 40% support. But obviously, that's not how it worked out for the rest of the state.
Our John Paul Barajas and Alicia Barrera have team coverage on this race. We're going to begin with John Paul in McAllen with Governor Abbott's campaign. Again, we're expecting him to speak at any moment. John Paul.
Our governor, Greg Abbott.
Sorry, guys, it's hard to hear you guys, but yes, everybody's gathered around the stage right now. They're anticipating him to be coming up onto the stage, and there it is. We're going to let the governor say what he's got to say right now, and we'll give him his time. As he comes up and shakes people's hands, we are in McAllen. A lot of the reasons why we're in McAllen is the governor's push to win over the Hispanic vote. Also because one of the biggest issues that he's pitched to voters is border security, and we're just a few miles from the border right here in McAllen. The crowd here has been ecstatic, growing more energetic by the minute. As y'all have mentioned, he was declared the winner, and they felt that he was pulling away for quite some time. So this party has really just been rocking the entire time as soon as the first number started kind of trickling through. So lots of excitement. Band's been rocking out, and everybody here has been having a great time. And now we're just going to give it over to the governor.
That's what I call a warm South Texas welcome right there. And to the mayor, I want to say it's an honor to be in your town to celebrate this incredible night right here in McAllen, Texas. And so I want to start out by thanking the most important person to me, and that is the fabulous First Lady of the great state of Texas, my wife, Cecilia Abbott. And we're so proud to have a young lady that we admire more than any other young lady in the world. And that's our wonderful daughter, Audrey Abbott. And I want to thank all of the volunteers, all of our supporters, and my fellow Texans for making this victory night possible. Thank you all. So let's go back. We started this campaign in South Texas. We celebrated my primary victory in South Texas. Tonight, we return to South Texas to celebrate my re-election for you being your governor for 4 more years. And to be clear about this, we planted our flag in South Texas. And we showed America that South Texas is now electing Republicans to office in our great state. Right before coming out here, the numbers stayed the same, and I think they will stay the same. I'll be able to tell you something that's never been said before. The ground on which you are standing right now is now going to be represented for the first time by an Hispanic Republican woman, Monica de la Cruz. She'll go to Congress, and the first thing she will do is to fire Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. But it's bigger than that, because Republicans that we endorsed were elected from Nueces County to Cameron County, Hidalgo County, and all the way over to Terrell County on the border, and counties in between. So I want to say tonight, congratulations to the next generation of Republicans who were elected tonight. They will be tremendous representatives at whichever level they serve. So I ran this campaign for Texans to have safer streets, for homeowners who are burdened with skyrocketing property taxes, for our oil field workers who beg for me to protect their jobs, for parents who just want to choose the school that's best for their child, and for small business owners who thank me in every location I went to for keeping their jobs open and businesses open during the time of COVID. I ran for the farmers and ranchers down here on the border who pleaded for a more secure border in the state of Texas. And I ran for the thousands of Texans who came up to me and they said, "Governor, just keep Texas, Texas." And all of you inspired me, and all of you propelled me to what has now become a resounding victory for my reelection. So now it's time to go to work for all of those people, as well as for all
We're going to pull it back down here, and you just heard it from the governor himself. He's touting the strides the Republicans have made here in South Texas with the Hispanic vote, a predominantly blue region. Right now, we're going to go over to the Challengers campaign in El Paso. That's where we find our Alicia Barrera. Alicia, have you seen any sign of Beto?
Hey, JP, still no sign of Beto. We've been waiting. I mean, his supporters fixed on the stage, kind of like you were talking about with Governor Greg Abbott. But you can just feel the disappointment among supporters of Beto O'Rourke. No official announcement made here by his team. I did speak to his press secretary just moments ago. She tells me no statement from his campaign, and right now they still don't have a time of when he will be here tonight. But, you know, the disappointment really started earlier in the night when we saw those numbers start to trickle in, and specifically with Uvalde, a town where Beto O'Rourke campaigned hard, spent a lot of time with families just last week there to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. And, you know, those numbers weren't in his favor. They voted red for Governor Greg Abbott. However, for others, this doesn't come as a big surprise, as the polls from earlier this week, those latest polls did show the polling favored Governor Greg Abbott, and that's exactly what we saw tonight. I did speak to some of his supporters, a young girl, Gen Z. She says for her, the reproductive rights were really important. Another woman who has only been in Texas for 3.5 months. This was her first time voting. And she says that Texas has really welcomed her, and they were really hoping that he would win tonight. But again, they wanted a change in leadership. That's not the case. And here, again, you can see that the crowd is just fixated on that stage, hoping that he will show up to make any announcement. But again, the mood here tonight for supporters of Beto O'Rourke is disappointment. JP?
That's
all right,
Alicia
thank
Barrera
you.
there in El Paso reporting. Obviously, there was a lot of commotion there as with the Beto O'Rourke campaign headquarters right there as people were waiting for those results, but obviously not too happy with those results because there was so much that went into this race. But obviously, it's now over. Governor Abbott now is now going to get a third term as governor here in Texas. Yeah,
the congressman has not spoken yet. If he does, we will try and get some of those comments coming up. Now to a new era for Bexar County. After more than 20 years, Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf is retiring.
And former Children's Court Judge Peter Sakai is set to be the next Bexar County judge. Now, his opponent, former County Commissioner Trish DeBerry, conceded earlier tonight. Now we want to show you those numbers. You see Sakai there with a pretty healthy 21-point lead with 59% support compared with Trish DeBerry's 38%.
Yeah, it's a race that wasn't without controversy. Our Garrett Berger and Dylan Collier tracking tonight's developments. We begin with Dylan at Peter Sakai's watch party. Dylan, a lot of excitement out there. And when we talked to the judge earlier tonight during our live stream, he was very confident that they would win today.
Yeah, Steve, it was actually the loudest election watch party that I've ever been to in Bexar County. Judge Sakai jumped out to a commanding lead after the early vote, and by 8:30, he had already declared victory. So after stepping down from his children's court position last year to focus on this race, Sakai now begins the transition to Commissioner's Court. He arrived here to the House of Nizam already feeling pretty confident about winning. As his opponent, Trish DeBerry, went low in recent weeks, Sakai stayed the course, focusing on what changes he would make to county government if elected. Sakai called DeBerry a worthy adversary despite some of the controversial moves she made over the last few weeks.
Oh, I've been around too long, Dylan. I don't take things personal. I know politics is a hardball sport, and and anybody who decides to run for office has to have a little tough skin. And so I took it all in stride, and we're moving forward.
Sakai says he will take some time to recharge, and then we'll put together his leadership team ahead of being sworn in on New Year's. So positive vibes only here at the Judge Peter Sakai watch party. The same could not be said at Trish DeBerry's watch party, where we find our Garrett Berger. Garrett?
You're absolutely right, Dylan. It did not take long for the crowd to dissipate here at the DeBerry watch party, where there wasn't much of a crowd to begin with. But after Sakai took that commanding 21-point lead on just the early vote alone, DeBerry ultimately ended up conceding before any of the Election Day votes were counted, telling reporters later that she knew the writing was on the wall. Now, DeBerry took a big risk on this campaign, for sure. She was only in her seat on Commissioner's Court for less than a year before she decided to run for county judge. That meant she had to abandon that seat so she could try to win a countywide race as a Republican in a typically blue county. But DeBerry, who had owned her own PR firm, said that as an entrepreneur, she wasn't afraid of risk, and she was not sorry to have run.
And I will continue to be passionate about this community, and today is not a loss. Today is, hey, we fought the good fight, we framed a platform, and we had people talking about things that they wouldn't be talking about if we had not entered this race.
As you heard Dylan mention, it was a rough campaign recently. She caught criticism after she accused a local attorney and his advertising agent, without evidence, of being behind dark money attack ads against her. And an Asian advocacy group said DeBerry calling her opponent, Peter Sakai, Dr. No during a debate was racist. Now, having sold her PR firm, DeBerry says she won't be going back there. And right now she plans to take some time off before deciding her next steps. At the DeBerry campaign, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Garrett Berger, thank you so much for that live report. Now, the race for Bexar County Judge left a ripple effect on several other races, including a county commissioner seat. Two candidates are vying to fill the Precinct 3 seat that Republican Trish DeBerry left wide open. Right now, Republican Grant Moody, we're going to go to those numbers right now, is leading with 53% of the vote. Former Alamo College's trustee and Democrat Susan Corbel has 47% of that vote.
In the race for Bexar County Commissioner Precinct 4, Democratic incumbent Tommy Calvert facing off with a familiar face. Calvert, though, winning this easily tonight, 62% of the vote. His opponent, Larry Ricketts, lagging behind with 38%. Ricketts, no stranger to politics. He's run for Bexar County Sheriff as a Libertarian and Constable as a Republican in the past. Tommy Calvert winning easily tonight. Right back with more election coverage. Voters speaking their mind at the polls. Some in Uvalde also jumped on the ballot after the shooting at Robb Elementary.
Yeah, Javier Caceres is Jackie Caceres' father, and she was killed at Robb Elementary. Now he is a write-in candidate for Uvalde County Commissioner Precinct 2.
Diana Alvedo Carew also running as a write-in candidate in this race. She's attended nearly every city council and school board meeting since the shooting. Currently in that seat, Mariano Pargas Jr. He's held the position for more than a decade. Tonight, he has 45% of the vote. There are three other challengers, as we said. Javier Caceres has 16% of the vote.
You see right there in the middle, Julio Valdez has 34% of the vote, but you could see there that Mariano Pargas Jr., the Democrat, there still holding his lead right there. Our Lee Waldman in Uvalde tonight tracking this race. Lee, you've been speaking with family members of the victims. They were obviously watching. all of the races closely, but in particular this one. What's the mood like there?
Well, the mood has taken a little bit of a more sad turn tonight. Families still trying to keep up their positivity, but now all 16 of those precincts are reporting, and incumbent Mariano Pargas is taking the seat yet again. He has held this position for 15 years. Many of these write-in candidates said they knew they had an uphill battle, and it was slow trying to get these results in. I spoke with the Uvalde County Elections Office earlier. They had to count all of those write-ins by hand, but a little bit more of a sad energy here. Now, several of the families of the 21 victims gathered at this one spot to watch all of the governor's races, but also, most importantly, this county commissioner race here for Precinct 2. Mariano Pargas was the interim Uvalde police chief on May 24th and was placed on leave for his actions that day. He is now running away with that seat yet again. Steve Stefania, you mentioned that Cáceres had 16% of the vote. He is in third place for that rate, but he said he has nothing but positivity here at his watch party. He said he has always run as a parent first and a politician second, and he had no nerves going into tonight. Now, regardless of these results, parents of the victims tell me they want Pargas in this position to keep their kids in mind, and they say their fight for their children is long from over.
Whatever help they need from me and my family, I will help as much as I can. I just want them to do the right thing. Uvalde has been stagnant for a long time. Win or lose, I hope this person does the best for our community.
Just to remember our babies. They mean a lot to a lot of people, and we want them to be remembered and to continue to honor them the right way.
And although many of these races didn't go the way that many of these families were hoping that they would go tonight, they said they were just happy to be back in one space together again. Many of them saying they've become one big family after the tragedy that happened at Romb Elementary. Live in Uvalde, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Uvalde obviously playing such a big role in this election. Two lawmakers representing Uvalde were also on the ballot. We're talking about Democratic State Senator Roland Gutierrez, who's facing a seasoned political opponent as he seeks his second term in office. Former Del Rio mayor and city council member Republican Robert Garza. Now in the race for State Senate District 19, you see right there that Roland Gutierrez is ahead, way ahead, with 56% support compared with Robert Garza, who has 44% of the vote. Now, moving on now to the race for U.S. Congressional District 23, which also represents Uvalde. You have Congressman Tony Gonzalez keeping his seat. He went up against a former Marine and Democrat, John Lida, and you see a huge spread right there, 26 points. Tony Gonzalez leading with 56% support compared with John Lida. 40%. Now, the independent candidate in the race, Frank Lopez Jr., follows behind on that. We don't have those numbers just yet.
To a rematch of sorts when it comes to the race for Bexar County District Attorney, incumbent Joe Gonzalez defeated the LaHood family of lawyers again, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the first time against former DA Nico LaHood back in 2018. LaHood's brother, Mark LaHood, was hoping to unseat Gonzalez this time around. That didn't happen. Now, here's a look at the results. We have Democratic candidate Joe Gonzalez declaring an early victory with 57% of the vote. Republican candidate Mark LaHood with 43% of the vote. Our Erica Hernandez is following that race for us tonight.
All smiles for District Attorney Joe Gonzalez and his supporters. Gonzalez announcing his victory hours after the polls closed.
I'm very content, and I thank the citizens of Bexar County, number one, for coming out to vote, and for number two, endorsing the hard work that we've been doing.
Republican challenger Mark LaHood not wanting to give an interview until all votes were counted tonight. As for the next 4 years, Gonzalez is ready to continue on with his work.
I want Bexar County voters to know that I'm committed to doing everything that we can and that I can to keep our citizens safe.
The party continues here at Gonzalez's watch party. Now again, he has declared victory and looks to be the district attorney here in Bexar County for at least the next 4 years. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, 10:21. Have we even been outside tonight? I even forgot what the weather was like. Well, right now, 73 degrees out there right now. Definitely a muggy day, and there's talks of a cold front.
Yeah, the cool is coming. Adam Caskey up next.
More of the same the next couple of days, then a potent, real deal cold front arrives on Friday. Get ready for some big changes with that front. Take a look at the rainfall today. A lot of it Gonzales County, parts of Lavaca County, and even parts of Bexar County this evening. Really struck gold here, about 0.8 of an inch south of 410 between 1604 and 410, right along 281 there, La Soya neighborhood, even far west side of town, northwest side of town. We saw up to about 1/4 of an inch of accumulation from those evening showers. So not bad. Our next good chance of rain comes on Friday. That's at 40%. Tomorrow, more of the same. 20%, pretty much the same with Thursday. Friday, more numerous showers expected as a strong cold front hits. So let's talk about our overall pattern. I want to take you to the Atlantic really quickly because we do have a late season tropical storm. This is Nicole headed west toward Florida and likely to become a Category 1 hurricane making landfall Wednesday evening on the east coast of Florida. That is not the area that got impacted by Hurricane Ian. Then this big dip in the upper level flow over the western U.S. This is stirring things up. You see all the precipitation throughout the western United States and the Intermountain West. Well, this upper level trough, that dip in the flow, is going to pull this cooler air southward. And I mean cooler air. It's a real deal. Bismarck 31 now. Parts of Wyoming 17. Parts of Montana 10 below. That cooler air is going to be pushing southward, and we're going to get a taste of it by Friday, but especially this upcoming weekend. Tomorrow morning, 68, then by the afternoon up to 83 degrees. Gray, damp to start the day, and a few showers here and there. But I do think we'll squeeze in sunshine, get up to 84 in Floresville, Canyon Lake 83, Bernie a high temperature of 79. Friday, scattered showers the second half of the day, windy and cooler, temperatures falling through the 60s. And then this weekend, highs in the upper 50s to right near 60, and that cooler air sticks around into next week. We'll be back with more political coverage in just a bit.
Beto O'Rourke speaking to supporters in El Paso. Let's listen in.
Literally nobody else ever goes. We went to the places that everyone goes. We literally went everywhere. And Cynthia and this team set those up, connected us with those people, kept us on time, kept us alive, kept us on the road, got us here to this point. And so, you spend a year with a bunch of people inside the cabin of a truck. And, if you don't kill each other first, you develop a deep love and friendship and gratitude for those who are with you every step of the journey, every mile of the way. So to the team in the truck, I just want to say thank you to Chris, John, Cynthia, and then all of you, and every volunteer, every person who signed up for a shift to knock on doors, to make phone calls, to write letters. You all were part of the most amazing effort that I have ever been a part of, at least in my 50 years on this planet, and the most amazing effort I've ever seen in the state of Texas. And we've been part of some amazing efforts before, but this one really takes the cake. And you think about where we all were when we all made the decision to do this together. I mean, just the odds that we faced for starters. And the fact that the party in power has been in power not for years.
We're just listening to Democrat Beto O'Rourke thanking his many supporters in El Paso on a night that has definitely been difficult and has not gone his way. We don't know that if he's conceded yet, but it doesn't look good.
Sounds like that was a concession
56% support for Governor Abbott and 43% support for Beto O'Rourke there. So he lost the race, the third race that he's lost since he's left Congress.
Yep, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick look at some of the races here for Bexar County Judge. This was the one most of us who were watching tonight. Peter Sakai, though, taking it easily, 59% to 38% for his challenger, Trish DeBerry.
And now we're going to look at the gubernatorial race. If we could bring up that graphic. There you have it. Governor Greg Abbott coasting, really, and winning a third term there with 56% support compared to Beto O'Rourke's 43% support.
Yeah. The most formidable challenge that the governor's faced in all of his re-elections. District Attorney for Bexar County, Joe Gonzales, the incumbent, 57% of the vote. And Mark LaHood with 43% of the vote. Again, this is with 30% of the vote in Bexar County.
All right. And also our coverage continues online at KSAT.com. Now, another big story that we're going to be talking about tomorrow are those lines to vote. They were so long today, even in Bexar County. The Bexar County Elections Office says there are still 4 voting centers where voting may still be taking place, and that's including at UTSA. Keep in mind, the polls closed at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Wow. Now we're tracking the results for dozens of races tonight. You can get the latest updates throughout the night. Check us out on our website, KSAT.com.
Have a great night.